thank you so much for joining me for a 90-minute yoga class. We're going to start with 5 rounds of sun salutes to warm up our body, and then we'll hop into 26 and 2 yoga, 26 postures, 2 breathing exercises. If at any point something does not feel right for your body, know that you can modify a posture, you can do something else, or you can skip it entirely. Yoga can be challenging at times, and that's okay, but we're never going to a point of pain, a point where we could cause harm to ourselves or others. And I feel like my video is a little bit off kilter. So I'm just going to adjust that. Hopefully that helped. Okay, and then I'll do one more thing. Okay, great. So for the sun salutes, you're going to come towards the top of your mat with your feet close together. The first 2 salutes that we'll do are called half sun salutes, and they're really great, especially if you have a wrist or shoulder injury. If the half sun salutes speak to you, keep doing those as we transition into 3 full sun salutes. I'm going to show you from the side. So feet close together, arms down by your side, standing up nice and tall. Bring your hands together at heart center, and we'll begin with 2 half sun salutes. As you inhale, lift your arms up overhead, look up as if you're saluting or greeting the sun. Slowly exhale through your nose, bend your knees and fold forward, hands to floor, relax your head. Inhale, lengthen into a halfway lift. You can have your hands on your thighs, your shins, or the floor in front of you, hips over heels. Exhale, soften your knees and fold, relax your head. Inhale, arms to your ears, hands together, root to rise, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. That's a half sun salute. Inhale, lift. Slowly exhale, fold, hinge at your hips. Inhale, lengthen. So weight in the toes, hips over heels, back flat. Exhale, fold, relax your head down, letting the body be heavy. Inhale, arms to your ears, hands together, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. You can keep doing those or join me for full sun salutes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, this time, hands to floor, step back into a high plank or tabletop position. On your next exhale, hug your elbows in and lower down halfway. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do Cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, pedal out your legs, and then press your heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale as you fold, relax. Inhale, arms to your ears, hands together, root to rise, lift up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, high plank, and we'll hold here for a moment. If that lowering down motion doesn't work for you, skip it, go straight from your plank or tabletop directly into your down dog or child's pose. Otherwise, hug your elbows in, lower down. Inhale your back bend if you're doing up dog, thighs off the floor. Exhale, lift your hips up for down dog, or sink your hips down for child's pose. Either way, spread your fingers wide. Push the floor away from you, root down to your knuckles, your palms, the space between your index finger and thumb, so you're not putting your body weight in your wrist. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, hands down. Last one. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, high plank, keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. If you're doing down dog, try to get your heels to the floor. If your heels aren't touching the floor, you can try taking a wider step. If you have tight hamstrings, micro bend your knees to take pressure away from the backs of the legs. Otherwise, press your knees back, push your heels down, lift your tailbone up, and drop your head. Push the floor away from you. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down by your side. Wonderful. That was our little warm up. Come to the middle of your mat for the beginning of our 26 and 2 yoga sequence, beginning with 2 sets of pranayama, deep breathing, good for your lungs and respiratory system. You'll inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, all the time against the back of your throat, your nose and your mouth. They're just a passageway. Breathe as much as possible, as long as possible, as slow as possible. Don't forget to have fun. Feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs through your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. HA, sound, head back. Arms forward, elbows touch. Good, inhale. Elbows out and arms up. Slowly bring your chin down. Look straight ahead. Lift your elbows all the way up. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Slowly push your head back. Look way, way, way back through the wall behind you. Arms forward, elbows touch, pointing forward. Inhale, head down. Breathe in through your nose. Down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Exhale, head up as you exhale. Open your mouth wide like you're fogging up a mirror on the ceiling. Look back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Keep your weight in your heels. Notice if you're rocking back and forth or side to side. Lower body stays still like a statue. Exhale, head up. So weight stays in the heels. Squeeze your quads. Squeeze your glutes. Lock your legs. Inhale, head down as you inhale. Suck your stomach in. Depression to abdominal wall. Contraction to abdominal muscles. Exhale, head up. Even as you exhale, stomach in. Shoulders down. Elbows up. Triceps parallel to the floor. Inhale, head down. So just the neck and arms are moving. Chin down, elbows up. Keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine. Exhale, head up. Just your head drops back. No back bending. Keep shoulders over hips, hips over heels, weight in the heels. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you want to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath. Push and squeeze. Inhale, head down. So make this the deepest breath so far. Breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. In our day-to-day life, we don't really use the full lung capacity, but the lungs need to be worked out like any other part of the body. Inhale, head down. Let's make this the last breath in the first set. Spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Take your time. Eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in. Keep exhaling, push and squeeze, elbows touch. Change, arms down, come roll out your shoulders and head. Second set, feet still together, toes, heels touch. Interlock your fingers. You can switch the grip, other grip on top, other thumb, pinky finger on top, and bring all of your knuckles underneath your chin like glue. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, suck your stomach in, grow taller out of the base of your spine, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose, lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Keep the abdomen in, chest proud, shoulders down. Look back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Full lungs. Exhale, head up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Elbows touch. 1. Inhale, head down. Use the full 6 seconds to inhale. Take in more and more and more air. Exhale, head up. Use the full 6 seconds to exhale. Synchronize your breath with your body movements. Elbows touch, lungs and feet. Inhale, head down for a full 6 seconds. Exhale, head up. Inhale, head down. Exhale, head up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, keeping your breath, your mind, and your body in sync. Inhale, 2 more. Exhale. Inhale, head down, last breath. Second set, deepest breath of your life when your lungs are totally full. Surprise yourself. Take in one more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time, let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Good, change, arms down, beautiful. We'll continue. Ardha Chandrasana with Padasana, half moon with hands to feet pose. Feet together, inhale your arms over your head sideways, palms together, interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs, nice tight white knuckle grip, stretch up out of your waist, and bend right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, stretch up a little taller, like you're trying to touch the ceiling. And when you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels, push your hips a little forward so your hips and pelvis open to the front of your mat. Squeeze your palms together, upper body back, chest and rib cage also opening. Squeeze palms together a little bit more, bring your arms back a little bit more, touch your biceps to your ears. Keep breathing. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the right. Without bending elbows, without bending knees, continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility, creating a tremendous stretching feeling in the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Just remember, it's the first posture of the day. Sometimes at this point, I'm like, why did I come today? Why am I doing this? And then by the end of class, I'm always like, oh, thank God for yoga, right? So at the beginning, you're not putting too much pressure on yourself to move deeply. All you have to do is breathe in and out through your nose. Bring the weight back in your heels, push your hips a little forward, upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears, push your left hip a little forward, get your two hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming, come down, push, 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 change. Inhale to come up, stop in the middle, hips forward, arms back, stretch up tall, and slowly bend to the left as you press your hips to the right. So let this be some time just for you, some time to reconnect with yourself, to reconnect with your body and your breath. There's no pressure to make the postures look a certain way. You don't even have to do all the postures, right? All you have to do is breathe in and out through your nose. This is a beautiful gift that you've given to yourself, your yoga practice, and nobody can take that away from you or claim ownership. It is entirely yours. Keep the weight in your heels, hips forward and arms back. Right hip a little forward, two hips in line. Left shoulder a little forward, two shoulders in line. If it feels good, get deeper at the end. Come down, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up. First back bend of the day. Take a deep breath. Hold on. Keep your eyes open. Relax your head back as far as it goes. You can give your head a gentle shake. Look for the floor behind you. Squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and immediately bring your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. So whole spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back. Keep the weight in your heels. Lock your legs, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward. Squeeze your palms together a little bit more. Push your hands back more. Bring your arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change. Inhale to come up, stop at the top, stretch up. And then exhale, bend your knees, hold with a flat back, straight spine, hands to floor. Drop your head, go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is a U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. And a word to anyone going through like back pain or chronic back pain, you might think about taking it easy in the forward folds or skipping them altogether. Back bends can be, a little uncomfortable, but they're pretty good for back health. But forward folds, especially if you have a history of slip disc, can put some undue strain on the lower back. So just keep that in mind. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes with a smiling, happy face. Keep pulling, keep stretching, roll forward, hips up, knees back, pull and stretch. Good, change, come up, arms to ears, knees can bend, try to come up with a flat back the same way you went down. Good, arms down, and you stand a little taller. Good, that's the whole goal, right? Just standing taller. Second set, feet together, heels in line. Inhale, arms overhead, sideways, palms together. Switch the grip. Interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs. Imagine you could lean your whole body against a wall behind you. Squeeze your biceps into your ears. Nice tight grip with your hands. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, slowly bend to the right as you press your hips to the left. Still breathing. Notice if your head is going forward or going way back, right? You want to keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine, like you could still lean against that wall behind you. Push your hips to the left, stretch your upper body to the right, equal, simultaneous. You're stretching the left side body, toning the left side body, don't collapse. Towards the end, start to bring your left shoulder up to the ceiling and then steer it to the right like a steering wheel. Lock your right arm a little bit more, come down, push, 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 change. Inhale to come up, stop in the middle, hips forward, arms back, big stretch up. And then slowly with control bend to the left as you press your hips to the right. And so you're stretching the right side body, toning the left side body. Keep the weight in your heels, squeeze your glutes, contract your quadricep muscles, push your hips forward, pull your abdomen in, upper body back, keep your chin and chest lifted. Push your right hip a little forward, get your two hips in line, left shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower, petal blooming, come down, push and push and push. Change, inhale to come up. So the right and left are warm-ups for the backward and forward. Padasana, hands to feet pose. Keep your eyes open, drop your head back as far as it goes, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and bring your arms back with your ears. Immediately try to touch the wall behind you. Whole spine back bending, whole front of the body stretching, right? You're opening through your hips, your abdomen, your chest, your throat, and even your armpits. So push your heels down, push stomach, thighs, hips forward, keep the chest lifted, and bring your arms back a little bit more. Arms back. Look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change. Inhale to come up, stop at the top, stretch. And then exhale, bend your knees, fold. Hands to the floor, drop your head. Go for another walk, move your hips, shake your head. Second set, notice what's a little bit more loose and what's still in tight and tender. There's no right or wrong to that question. A lot of yoga, again, is just a wonderful opportunity to check in with yourself in mind, body, and spirit. Padasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Really wrap your elbows back like you're trying to touch your elbows together behind you. Squeeze your biceps into your calves. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching, trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling. Push the big toes down, push the knuckles down, roll forward, lift your hips up, push your knees back, keep pulling, keep stretching, try to lock your legs. Good, change, come up. Keep your arms with your ears, hands together as you lift. Nice, arms down, and you let that one go. Okay, awkward Utkatasana. Step your right foot to the right 6 inches, hip width distance, insides of your feet perfectly parallel, like 11s. Arms up, parallel to the floor. Tricep muscles tight, all 5 fingers together, thumbs with your index fingers. Reach your arms forward, suck your stomach in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with. 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down halfway on the hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in and lean your upper body back. Depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Suck it in, hold it in tight. Bring a little bit more weight back into your heels. Keep your feet on the floor. Now lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, change. Inhale to come up, keep your arms there. Press your hips a little forward, spread your toes wide. Come up maximum on your tippy toes like a ballerina. Try to keep your heels behind your ankles. Stretch up a little taller, bend your knees and sit down. Lean back, so rather than sticking your butt out, you want to tuck your tailbone under. Notice if the knees are coming in or out. Point the knees forward, sit down like you're sitting down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, inhale to come up, last part, still breathing. Keep your arms active, so you're reaching your arms forward. Keep the shoulders soft, squeeze your knees, inner thighs together, let your heels come a little off the floor, and slowly sit down. Take your time, listen to your body. I'm not going to sit all the way down because of a toe injury, but you are welcome to keep sitting down, hips into all the way down to the floor. Squeeze your knees together and forward, thighs parallel to the floor, arms parallel to the thighs, spine perfectly straight from the side. Looks like you're holding a box. Change, slowly come up, knees together, thighs together, good, heels down, right foot back, arms down, take a breath in stillness. So eventually we want to find stillness in between the postures, and eventually we want to find a little bit of stillness in the postures as well. Second set, step your right foot to the right hip width distance, Insides of your feet perfectly parallel, arms up, parallel to the floor, triceps tight, all 5 fingers together, reach your arms forward, suck your stomach in, bend your knees, sit back and down. So you can stick your butt out and fold forward to get your thighs parallel to the floor. From here, start to lift up. Keep your neck long, chest proud, shoulders soft. You're simultaneously reaching your arms forward for counterbalance and dropping the shoulders down. Triceps tight, weight back in the heels, chin up, chest up, stomach in, change. Inhale to come up, keep your arms there, push your hips a little forwards rather than sticking your butt out. You want your back to be flat, lift your heels as high as you can, stretch all the way up and sit down. Keep lifting your heels as you sit, push the big toes down, pinky toes down, heels a little higher, knees a little higher, sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, inhale to come up, last part, still breathing. Squeeze your knees together, let your heels come a little off the floor, and slowly sit down. So you want to go slow with control. That's where you really get the muscle engagement. Slower you do, more muscles you use. Squeeze knees together and forward. Keep the chest lifted, abdomen in, fingertips together, arms strong, face relaxed. Change slowly with control. Come up, take your time. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms down, and breathe. Eagle pose, Garasana. Look at your arms, identify which arm is right, which arm is left. Don't mix them up. Keep in mind that I'm not mirroring you, so it might, my right might look like your left. We're gonna do the right side first. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, swing your right arm under your left arm, right under left, palms together, thumbs towards your nose, pinkies away from your face. Pull your elbows down. Bend your knees, sit back and down. Stay down there. Lean back and bring your right leg over your left leg as high as possible. Right over left, cross twist. Eventually, wrap your right foot behind your left calf muscle. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes. Notice if the weight is in the ball of your foot, bring the weight back into your heel, sit down more, pull your elbows down, suck your stomach in, bring your upper body back at the end. Beautiful, change, feet together, arms over your head, big stretch up. Let's do the left side. Swing your left arm under your right arm, left under right, now palms together. You can grab a thumb, interlock fingers, or grab shoulders, giving yourself a nice bear hug for coming to class. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit down, try to stay down low, lean back and bring your left leg over your right leg, left over right. This is a joint opening posture. We're opening the 7 major joints in our body: deltoid, scapula, elbows, wrists, hips, knees, and ankles. Think about pushing your top leg into your bottom leg, twist the legs like ropes, twist the elbows like ropes. If your hands are in prayer, push the palms together. Pull your elbows down, knees a little to the left, upper body to the right, weight in your heel, sit down more, pull your abdomen in, relax your face, bring your upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head, right in the second set. Bring your right arm under your left arm, think bicep under tricep. Sometimes I like to do this thing where I interlace the fingers and kind of work out the wrists to try to get the fingertips in line and the wrist straight. Notice if your hands are going to the left of your face. Bring your hands to center and then pull the left shoulder down to even out the shoulders. Pull elbows down, bend your knees, sit down, lean back, stay down there, and bring your right leg over your left leg, think hamstring over quadricep. Cross twist, breathe slow. So left hip a little forward, right shoulder a little forward. You want your wrists, elbows, knees, and ankles all in one line. Bring the weight back into your heel. If your foot is wrapped, try to eliminate the gap between your right foot and left calf muscle. Sit down more, bring your upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head. Last one, here we go. Bring your left arm zoop, under your right arm, right? Maybe working out the wrist, eventually fingertips in line, eventually hands to center, right shoulder down, pull elbows down, sit down, stay down there, lean back, and bring your left leg over your right leg. And this side might feel a lot different than the other side. It does for me, and that's okay. Yoga is not about symmetry. Yoga is about self-realization and even like God realization, right? So we're getting to know ourselves better through this practice. And sometimes one of the ways that we get to know ourselves better is like, my right shoulder is tighter than my left shoulder. Interesting. Knees a little to the left, upper body to the right. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Sit down, elbows down, stomach in. in your upper body back at the end. Good, change. Feet together, arms over your head. Slowly with control, arms down. Party time, grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers, friends. Okay, let us continue. Standing, head to knee, Dandayamana Janushrasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, contract your inner thigh, outer thigh, lift your kneecap, squeeze your glute. This is what we mean by a locked leg. It's not so much that you're like pushing your knee back as far as it goes, it's that your knee is over your ankle and your quadricep muscle is contracted. So without bending your left knee, lift your right leg up, you can point your toes, notice how that feels, and then flex your toes. You want to keep your toes flexed back the whole time. Notice if your right hip is way higher than your left hip, you're going to sink the right hip down, 2 hips in line. Option to stay here, or as you're ready, start to round down and pick up your right foot, all 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. From start to finish, standing legs should be solid, concrete, one piece, lamp post, unbroken. You have no knee. You're welcome to stay here. If you've got a grip on your foot, you know your leg is locked, no bend, no wobble. Inhale, breathing slowly, gently. Lift your right leg up. Take a breath. Kick your heel forward, flex all 5 toes back towards your face from the ankle. You're training your Achilles to stretch. Standing leg is bending, posture hasn't started. If both legs lock from the side legs make an L like Linda, then start to bend elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles. One day elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change. Slowly reverse. Out. Shift your weight to your right leg so your big toe points forward. Lift your right kneecap, squeeze your right glute, lift your left leg up. You can point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back. And this is a great place to be, right? This is actually like a very common movement in physical therapy. So if you just do this today, you're getting a lot of benefits. As you're ready, you're going to start to round down and eventually pick up your left foot. If it hurts to be like all the way down with your thigh parallel to the floor, you can also think about lifting your knee higher into your chest so that you don't have to round down quite as much. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, lift your left leg up. Notice if your heel turns in and your knee turns out, you want to bring your left heel to the left hip down, so your ankle and hip are in line. From here, press your heel forward, flex all 5 toes, especially your pinky toe, back towards your face. With both legs locked, you feel tremendous stretching feeling on the backs of both legs, maybe even a cramp on your thighs. Then bend elbows down. Bring your chest and shoulders down. One day elbows go below the calf muscle, heel forward, toes back, stomach in. Change. Slowly reverse. Out. You can put your hands on your back, do a little back bend, or an even. Second set, shift your weight to your left leg. Lock your left leg. Lift your right leg up. Flex your toes back. Option to stay here or round down. And pick up your right foot, all 10 fingers interlocked. Concentrate. Meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Inhale, lift your right leg up. So on this side, heel to the right. Heel forward, toes back, both legs lock. From the side legs, make an upside down L like Linda. Bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles. Slowly touch into chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Lock your knee. Lock your knee. Lock your knee. When you're ready, slowly come up. Take your time. Awesome. Last one. Shift your weight to your right leg. Squeeze your right thigh tight. Lift your left leg up. Flex your toes back. Stomach in. Can you keep your big toe on the floor from start to finish? That's the challenge. As you're ready, round down and pick up your foot. Pull your abdomen in. Relax your face. Keep your big toe down. Lift your left leg up. So if the big toe's coming off the floor, you want to contract the inner thigh more and move the hips forward, toes back. Both legs locked, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Hold and breathe. Big toe down. Whenever you're ready, come out, no rush. Good for you. Okay, standing bow pulling pose, Dandayamana, Dhanurasana. Feet together, bring your right hand up. Elbow touches the body, palm faces the ceiling. Bring your hand out to the right. Give yourself a high five for practicing yoga today. Yes, reach back, best part of class, without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger. Left arm up and back, right hip forward and down, knees together to start. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, Lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up. And when you're ready, slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your right leg back and up. Or if you're like me, maybe the setup is a good place to be today. As you're ready, slowly bring the body down and the leg up. See the foot come directly over the top of your head, looking good. So from the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up. In other words, 2 shoulders in line. Touch your chin to your shoulder blade, scapula, stretching away from the body. Kicking, stretching, equal, simultaneous, 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Body down more, leg up more. Charge your body forward, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly kick yourself up. Feet together, arms down, take a breath. Bring your left hand up, out to the left. Reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle, thumb with your index finger, right arm up and back, left hip forward, knees together. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, lift your chin, lift your shoulder, take a breath, stretch up. And when you're ready, slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your left leg back and up. Take your time. So on days where things are achy or you're having trouble breathing or something just doesn't feel right, focus on what you can do rather than what you can't do, right? So you can always be in the setup of a posture. You can just stand tall and breathe through your nose. Otherwise, start to come down so the abdomen is parallel to the floor. Do remember that this is a back bend. Keep your chin and chest lifted. All 5 fingers together, thumb with your index finger. Palm of your right hand nice and flat, tricep tight. Slide your right shoulder forward, relax your left shoulder back, lift your chin and breathe. Body down more, leg up more. Kick, kick, kick. Change. Awesome. Slowly come up. Take your time. Beautiful, Elizabeth. Feet together, arms down. And again, just take a breath. Practicing that stillness, that return to our breath. And what we're doing here is actually also a yoga posture, and it's called mountain pose. So keep that in mind. If all you do is just stand still, that's still part of your yoga practice, right? Second set, bring your right hand up, out to the right, reach back, pick up the inside of your right foot, tap the ankle bone, left arm up, right hip forward, knees together. Block your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up. And when you're ready, slowly kick, stretch, breathe. That's all you have to do, kick into your hand, stretch forward, breathe through your nose. Relax your jaw, seal your lips, lift your chin, come down. Body down, leg up, charge your body forward. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly. Kick yourself up, very nice. Last one, here we go. Left hand up, out to the left, reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot. Right arm up, left hip forward, knees together. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. You're kicking in 2 directions. You're kicking back and you're kicking up. When you can't kick back anymore, really focus on kicking up to the ceiling. Use your left glute. Slowly body down, leg all the way up. Charge your body forward, keep the tricep tight, jaw relaxed, body down, leg up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly. Kick yourself up. Okay, good for you. Come to the back of your mat. Tula Dandasana, balancing stick. Feet together, take a breath. Inhale, arms overhead, sideways, palms together. Interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs. Nice tight white knuckle grip, lean back. After the back bend of standing bow, we're gonna stretch out the spine. So step your right foot forward, shift your weight to your right foot, stretch up, point your left toes, and when you're ready, come down like a slow moving seesaw. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor. So from the side, body makes a T like Tom, but not a broken umbrella. Charge your body forward, body down, leg up, stretch. Change, beautiful, left foot down, right foot back, big stretch up, abdomen in, step your left foot forward, bring your right hip a little forward, lock both legs, point your right toes, stretch, and tilt. Don't let the hip open. Keep your right hip down, spiral your inner right thigh up, right hip down a little bit more, right leg up a little bit more, body down, leg up, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down, take a breath. Second set, arms overhead, sideways, palms together, switch the grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, big stretch up. Step your right foot forward, shift your weight to your right foot, stretch and tilt like a slow moving seesaw. Stomach in, chest down, leg up. Left hip down a little bit, left foot to the left, stretch, 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 change. Left foot down, right foot back, big stretch up, palms together. Step your left foot forward, push your biceps into your ears, lock both legs and tilt. So keep your neck long. You're not tucking your chin in, but you're also not like bringing the chin all the way from the chest, right? Look forward, chin a little forward, chest down, lift your leg up, stretch. Change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down. Beautiful. For the next 3 postures, you can come to the top of your mat and stand on the long side of your mat. It's a separate leg series. I will face you. Standing, separate leg stretching. Dandayamana, Vihattapada, Paschimottanasana. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, 4 feet minimum, arms down parallel to the floor. You can turn your toes in to pigeon toe your feet. It's an internal rotation to the pelvis. You can also point your toes forward. Lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. Going down with a flat back. So eventually, you're going to grab your heels from behind, roll forward, and touch your head to the floor in between your feet. If you have loose hamstrings and long spines, like I do, it's not so hard, right? However, if you have tight hamstrings or long legs, head might not touch the floor today, that's okay. If you find that your knees are bending, put your hands on the floor, walk forward as much as you want to lift your hips up, push your knees back, contract your quadricep muscles, lock your legs. Now we're in business. You can keep your hands in front of you or grab your feet again and start to pull. Pulling is the object of stretching. First the leg stretching, then the hip stretching, lower spine stretching, full spine stretching, full body stretching, 360-degree angle stretching, coccyx to toes, coccyx to forehead, touch your forehead to the floor, in between your feet. Very nice. Change, slowly come up, take your time, no rush. Step your right foot back to the place, arms over your head, and slowly with control, arms down. So if your forehead touched the floor easily in the first set, maybe take a little bit of a smaller step so that your spine can lengthen. And if your forehead was nowhere near the floor, you can try taking a wider step. Just make sure your step is never so big that you lose control of your legs. You want to feel the stretch on the backs of the legs, not the inner thighs. So you're in control the whole time. Second set, arms over your head, sideways, big stretch up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, a nice step, tall, grande, venti, customize it. You can turn your toes in or point your toes forward, lock your legs, lift your chest and go down. Lead with your chin, stick your butt up like it's Saturday night, not Saturday morning. Grab your heels from behind. If you can, grab your feet, bend your elbows back. So in a lot of styles of yoga, you would bend the elbows out in this posture, but in Bikram, you bend the elbows back. A little bit different with the shoulders. Elbows to calves, lift your shoulders, shoulders to ceiling, stomach in, belly button to spine. Everybody roll forward, and again, you can always put your hands on the floor and walk forward. Keep pulling, keep stretching. If your head's not touching the floor yet, take a little bit of a bigger step, roll forward again, hips up, contract your quadricep muscles, lift your kneecaps, pull, stretch, breathe, touch your head to the floor, in between your feet. Awesome, change, come up, press the hips forward, lift the ribs up. Good, step your right foot back, arms over your head, and slowly with control, arms down. Lovely. I'm gonna grab a sip of water here. Let us continue. Triangle, Trikonasana. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, generous step. Let this be a symbolic gesture that you're being generous with yourself, right? Like there's no scarcity here. We are abundant. We live in an abundant world. We can take a big step. Push your hips forward, lean your upper body back, turn your right foot out. So if you're on the long side of your mat, make sure your heels are in line. And the inside of your right foot is parallel to the side of your right mat. Inhale. Bend your right leg. You can bounce a couple times to warm up your hips and knees. You can turn your left toes in a little bit if that helps too. And then bend your right knee, sit as low as you can. Push your hips forward, lean back. Keep your spine straight in the middle and move your arms at the same time. Right elbow in front of the knee. Hover your fingertips between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor. Don't push any weight on the floor. Look up to the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder, and really stretch your left arm up, stomach in the whole time, so you're not collapsing down, you're actively stretching up. As you're ready, push your left hip forward and down, push your right knee back with the help of your elbows, stretch your arms apart, turn, twist upper body back like spine twisting posture, lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor, change. Rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out, 2 heels in line, not crisscross. Inhale, bend your left leg, bounce a couple times to warm up your hips and knees. And then start to sit down low. You can also turn your right toes in. If that helps you sit down. Push your hips forward, lean back, keep your spine straight in the middle, stomach in, and move your arms, elbow in front of the knee. Aim your fingertips between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor. Don't push any weight on the floor. Look up to the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder. Look for your right thumb. Make sure all 5 fingers together, palms facing forward, thumbs with the index fingers, triceps tight. Reach your right arm up, stretch your left arm down. Sink your right hip down, push your left knee back, pull your abdomen in. You okay, Corey? Turn and twist up your body back, good. Okay, lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms up, and slowly with control, arms down, hold still, take a breath. Okay, second set. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right. Push your hips forward. Lean your upper body back, opening through your hips and chest. Turn your right foot out, turn it out a ½ inch more, and also turn your left heel out a little bit. Inhale, bend your right leg, sit down, lean back, and move your arms, elbow in front of the knee, left arm up to the ceiling. Look up, reach your left shoulder up so shoulder and chin touch. You're gonna start to bring the right rib cage forward, left shoulder back, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Sit down more, chest up more, pull your abdomen in, stretch your arms apart, turn, twist, lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, move your arms, straighten your leg. Right toes in, left toes out, 2 heels in line. Inhale, bend your left leg, sit down, lean back, and move your arms at the same time. If you feel like your feet are sliding apart, imagine you're gonna squeeze your heels together. Feet stay in place, but that's the inner thigh strength that we want to engage. Sit a little bit lower, pull your abdomen in, stretch the crown of your head to where the ceiling and left side wall meet. Look up, stretch up, turn, twist upper body back like spine twisting posture at the end of class. Lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms up, and slowly with control, float your arms down. Beautiful. Standing separate leg, head to knee, Dandayamana, Vikatapada, Janu Shirasana. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up, palms together, only thumbs crossed. You're gonna use your biceps here to keep the palms together the whole time. Step your right foot to the right, 3 to 4 feet, still a generous step. Pivot on your heels. If you're on the long side of your mat, you'll face the back of your mat. Turn your back toes in, push your left hip forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. Backside foot makes a 45-degree angle. Stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest, and you go down, chin to chest. Stomach in, round your spine. Touch your forehead and knee together. To touch your head and knee together, you can take a wider step. You can bend your front leg more. You can tuck your chin in, eventually push your forehead to your knee, but you're never forcing your body. Especially rounded spine postures are ones to avoid. If you have back pain today, you can always try a more flat back version of this posture. Same thing if you're pregnant, rather than compressing your abdomen, you can kind of stick your butt up so that your back is flat rather than rounding. Right? Otherwise, you're trying to touch your forehead and knee together, squeezing, compressing the front of the body, rounding, stretching the back of the body. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together, change, slowly uncurl. Vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc. Head up last, lovely. Pick up your toes, pivot to the other side of the room. My heels always crisscross in transition. If yours do too, uncross your heels. Make sure you still have a big step. Turn your back toes in so you can push your right hip forward. Notice if your hands are coming apart, push palms together, biceps engaged. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. So what does it feel like to push your palms together? Chin to chest, touch your forehead and knee together. And again, you can try taking a bigger step or turning your back toes in more. Push the floor away from you, eventually head and knee touch. Stretch your fingertips beyond your big and second toe. Bring maximum weight to your front foot. Left hip up, right hip down, 2 hips in line, front side compression, throat choked, jaw relaxed, eyes open, stomach in, breathing normal. Push your forehead into your knee a couple times real quick. Lock both legs, hands together. Change. Push your palms together all the way up. head up last, good. Pivot on your heels, step your right foot back, and slowly with control, arms down. Second set, arms over your head, palms together, cross your thumbs, say the other thumb on top, go crazy. It's the weekend, step your right foot to the right, a nice big step. Pivot on your heels, turn your back toes in, push your left hip forward, right hip back a little bit, so inner thighs squeeze together. Stretch up, chin to chest, go down. Can you look at your belly button all the way down? You can't see your front foot all the way down. I'm having that super awkward experience that I'm sure you've all had happen to you before, where you're like high collared shirt, when your chin is to your chest, your shirt's like running into your mouth and your nose, and it's very awkward. I feel like that's a universal experience in yoga that we don't talk about enough. Chin to chest, stomach in, maybe your head, your nose goes into your shirt here. Tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. If your hands are separated, start to lock them back together. Maybe thumbs crossed, maybe palms together. Really push your right front foot down to even out the hips. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together. Change, imagine you're dragging your forehead up your thigh, your chest, head up, last, good. Pivot on your heels, I'm gonna face you. Uncross your heels, turn your back toes in, push right hip forward, 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 stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down, slow with control. So pushing the palms together, all the way down, chin to chest, arms to the ears, all the way down, stomach in, bend your front leg, touch your knee and head together, left hip up, the right hip forward, two hips in line, pull the abdomen, panther sign, touch your forehead and knee together, push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together, change, slowly uncurl, palms together, chin to chest, head up, last, good. Pivot on your heels, right foot back, slowly arms down. So you're always aware of how you're moving in time and space. Come to the middle of your mat for tree pose, Tadasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, squeeze your left thigh tight, and lift your right leg up. Touch your heel to your costume. Slowly, gently, let your right knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape. Never force your body. Bring your right hand up to the center of your chest. And if you can balance, left hand up, palms together. Elbows down, chest up, breathe. Good, change, right leg down. Shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze your right thigh tight, and lift your left leg up. Heel to costume, let your left knee drop into a half lotus shape. Left hand up to the center of your chest. If you can balance without your foot falling, right hand up. But if your foot falls like mine does, you're welcome to hold on to your foot from underneath the whole time. Maybe left hip a little forward, left knee down, pull the abdomen in, stretch the crown of the head up, temporarily eliminating any curvature in your spine. Good, and release, left leg down. You can do a second set of tree, just like every other posture, or you can try a different posture in the second set called toe stand, Padangustasana. Pick a spot on the floor, 4 feet in front of you, don't move your eyes. Lock your left leg, lift your right leg up. So focusing on one unmoving spot is really helpful for balance in any posture that we do, any balancing posture. Okay, you can bring your hands together, and from here, you're gonna fold forward without bending your knee. Touch your hands to the floor first, walk your hands forward, and when you're ready, lift your heel, bend your knee, sit down on your heel. So when you sit down, there's no weight in your kneecap, all the weight is in your arms. That's why you walk your hands forward, especially as a beginner. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips, point your right toes, lift your chest up. This is an awful lot like the third part of awkward, just like on one foot rather than two. Left hand up to the center of your chest, right hand up, palms together, maybe come a half inch off your heel. Good, hands to floor. Can you come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg and then push your hips forward to reverse out. Good, change, right leg down. So if you can do that third part of awkward, right, you can do this posture, you know that you have that range of motion in the knees. Doesn't mean you have to, but just so you know, right, you have that range of motion. Shift your weight to your right leg, lock your right leg, and lift your left leg up. But because of a toe injury, I actually can't do it on this side, right? So I will talk you through it and showcase what it looks like to do a second set of tree. You can bring one or both hands together. Option to stay here, or as you're ready, pick a spot on the floor. Don't move your eyes and start to fold forward. Hands to floor, and you can walk your hands forward as much as you want. Lean forward, almost like you're going to do a handstand. Lift your right heel, bend your right knee, sit down on your heel. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips, kind of like having training wheels here with your fingertips grazing the floor. Stretch up. Left hand up to the center of your chest. Right hand up, palms together, elbows down, chest proud. Come a half inch off your heel. Good. When you're ready, place your hands on the floor, lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg, and then press your hips forward to reverse out. Beautiful. Change, left leg down. Honor yourself, give yourself high five, fist bump, turn around, savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. We're on the floor for the rest of class. I'm going to adjust our camera angle a bit here. Whee, okay. Lie down on your back. Great, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Bring your heels together, let your toes fall open, arms down, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed, breathing normal. Savasana is a gas station, let it fill you up. You want to find a little bit of stillness here, a little bit of breath here. It's a nice little reset button. Whatever happened in the standing series, let it go. Give yourself permission to be here now, in your body, in your breath, feeling your body gently expand and contract, rise and fall with every breath in and every breath out. Sometimes it almost feels like there's a symphony of things going on in the body, right? Heart pumping, lungs expanding and contracting, organs working, skin regenerating, synapses firing, all just for you to breathe and feel the body move with every breath. My mother is seeing a physical therapist for a couple different things. And on the topic of like back bends versus forward folds, her physical therapist told her that like forward folding motions have like a 3% success rate of healing the body, but back bends have like a 40% success rate, which I thought was pretty cool. And also very much in line with my thoughts of like, it's not that forward folds are bad, right? It's just that the back bending, even if it's uncomfortable, is really good. But then part of me was also like, well, like, what's the metric of success there? Is it like that you're healed and you don't have to go back to physical therapy? Because sometimes I'll have people who say like, oh, this is the move I do in physical therapy, right? In yoga, there's definitely overlap, and yet they're also different, right? Physical therapy is what it says it is, it's physical therapy. And yoga is what it translates to mean, which is union, right? It's a 8-limbed approach to like a mind-body connection, right? So it's a little bit different. So, you know, as far as healing physical pain, back bends, right, might be better. But you know what? By the same token, forward folds can be really good if you're stressed out, right? They can start to heal some like emotional pain that you might be in. So keep that in mind that, you know, again, as much as I love back bends, our metric of success is a little bit different from physical therapy, right? Or going to a doctor. Our metric, or my metric of success would be like, do I feel good after class, right? Was I reminded of like who I am on the inside during class, right? Was there that moment that was challenging, but I didn't give up? Was there that other moment where, you know, I could have kept going, but I was compassionate towards myself and I eased off? Did I have a little bit of fun, right? Those are my metrics of success. So maybe take a moment here to think about what your metrics of success are within your yoga practice. And there's no right or wrong answer to that. Okay. The floor series continues. Pavana Muktasana, winner moving pose. Bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, nice tight. White knuckle grip, grab your right shin just below the knee. Pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor. Without lifting your head, look down the center line of your body, pull and hold. Don't move, don't even blink your eyes. Good, change, right leg down. Bend your left leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, pull your knee out and down, nice tight white knuckle grip. If your right calf muscle does not naturally touch the floor, you can flex your right toes back towards your face. Otherwise, keep your right foot relaxed. Everybody keep your left foot relaxed. Pull, hold, breathe. Change, left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows each other, give yourself a really big hug for coming to class. Good for you. Squeeze your knees together down, all 5 fingers together, thumbs with index fingers, keep your head on the floor. Look down the center line of your body, squeeze and breathe. If you can't grab your elbows, grab your elbows. If you still can't grab your elbows, at least you tried, right? From here, you can interlace your fingers, you can grab your shins. If you're pregnant, right, keep your knees and feet apart. Otherwise, squeeze the knees together and down. Keep your head on the floor, tuck your chin in a little bit, look down the center line of your body and breathe. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open, letting everything stretch out. Second set, bend your right leg up, interlock your fingers, switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top, pull your knee out and right. Notice if your right foot is going to the left. You want to bring your right foot a little to the right so that your ankle, knee, hip, and shoulder are all in one line. You also want your left ankle in line with your left hip. Sometimes people will bring their left foot way to the left or way to the right, but you want your like the joints in your body to be running parallel to your spine here. Change, right leg down, left leg up, pull your knee out and down. Think about knee tucking under the armpit one day. If you notice you're rolling way to the left though, make a muscle with your right arm. Try to keep your right shoulder down, head on the floor, look down, pull, squeeze, breathe. And release, left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows each other, give yourself another hug, maybe other elbow on top. This posture is great for digestion. You're purposely putting pressure on your lower abdomen, pushing out gas bubbles. It's good for kind of like aligning your spine to the floor. It's a nice little hip socket opener. And as well, it's just a nice way to give yourself a hug, right? Squeeze tight, breathe, hold, and release. Arms down, eyes open. Next, we do a straight leg sit-up. If you have any concerns about your back today, I recommend skipping at least the first sit-up. And again, if you have like a history of slip discs or serious back pain today, for sure, skip the sit-ups, right? Those are kind of the first thing to go if you have worries about your back. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, cross your thumbs, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up, elbows to floor, forehead to knees. Turn, lie on your abdomen for the spine strengthening series. Pregnancy modification is fish pose on your back. Otherwise, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Place your hands flat on the floor below your shoulders so your elbows point up to the ceiling like grasshopper legs. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor, beautiful. Use 100% back strength. Come up halfway only, belly button down, chest up. Elbows stay bent, they make an L, a 90-degree angle like a rectangle. Roll your shoulders back and down, stretch your elbows to your hip bones. Don't forget about your cobra's tail. Keep your feet together, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, push your feet, hips, and hands down. So notice if the hands are cupping or the fingers are coming apart. Press your palms down equally the same. Look up towards the ceiling, keep your neck long. Lift your chin up, chest up, look up, stretch up, breathe up, and change slowly with control. Lower down, look to your right, left ear on your mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open. Take an inhale through your nose, and an exhale through your nose. Breathing in, and slowly breathing out. Second set, bring your chin forward. Place your hands flat on the floor below your shoulders so your elbows point up. Zip up your legs, lock your legs, look up, and lift. So some people say that the standing series of the 26 and 2 sequence is just a warm-up, and the real like yoga is on the floor. It's these postures here, like the spine strengthening series, right? We're opening through the heart space, opening the shoulders, you're squeezing, compressing, strengthening your back muscles, especially if you like sit at a desk all day, if you have back pain. These are your postures. Keep your feet together, lock your legs, push your feet, hips and hands down, look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Good, change slowly with control, lower down, look to your left, right here on your mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling, Bring your toes together, let your heels fall open. This is an inverse opening to the pelvis. If you have trouble turning your toes in and standing separate leg stretching, can help to turn your toes in here so that you start to get that movement in your hips. Okay, Locust Shalabhasana. Pregnancy modification is to be in tabletop and alternate lifting arms and legs. Otherwise, arm straight position, rotate your arms, palms face the floor, bring your arms underneath you as best you can. So one day pinky fingers touch, but hands never overlap. And if it's a little uncomfortable to have your arms under your body, you're in good company, or at least you're in my company, that's okay. But if your elbows or wrists are hurting here, keep your arms out to the side, eyes open. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. Stretch your big toe back, lock your right leg, squeeze your right glute, your outer side seat, lift your right thigh up, hold and breathe. Change, right leg down. Relax your right leg, lock your left leg, solid, concrete, one piece, lamppost, unbroken, and lift your left leg up. Now, when you're on your abdomen, you might find that you can't do like deep belly breaths, but you can still do little sips of air in and out through the nose. Try to lift your leg up without letting the hip lift up, right? So you want to keep the left hip down, sole of foot flat to the ceiling. Change, left leg down. Third part, tuck your chin and mouth down. Bring your arms a little closer underneath you. Spread your fingers wide, a little bit wider, mouth down. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail. Toes and heels touch. Block your legs. Micro bend your elbows. Point your toes, roll forward, lift both legs up. Come up, everybody come up. You can do it. Struggle a little harder. Don't give up. Mouth down, shoulders down, triceps tight. Push your hands back. Roll forward, squeeze your butt. Lock your legs, lift your legs up. Change slowly with control, lower down. Bring your arms out. Good for you. Look to your right, lift your on your mat, and take a nice slow breath. In through your nose, and out through your nose. So when we look left and right in our savasanas, in our belly savasanas, we also get a gentle stretch through the neck and shoulder. But if it's too intense, as you look to the right, you can bend your right arm up so that your hand is close to your face. And when you look to the left, you can bend your left hand up so your left hand is close to your face. Or you can have both arms bent the whole time, and that'll take some pressure away from like a tight neck or shoulder. Otherwise, arms down by your sides with your palms facing the ceiling. So think about when we lie on our back in Savasana, right? The heels are together, the toes fall open, and the palms face the ceiling. This is an inverse rotation of the shoulders and hips, right? Palms are facing the ceiling, but on our abdomen, and the toes are together with the heels open. Okay, Locust Shalabhasana, second set. Bring your chin forward, arms straight position. Rotate your arms, palms face the floor. You can keep your arms out to the side, or as you're ready, bring your arms underneath you, stretching out the arms, the hands, all the tendons and ligaments in the upper limbs. Lock your right leg, eyes open, point your right toes, lift your right leg up. So in the first part, you can try bringing your chin forward to stretch out the throat and gently compress the neck spine. So we're working on some cervical spine flexibility and mobility as well. If, however, it hurts to keep your chin forward, you can keep your mouth down for all three parts. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, lift your thigh up, change right leg down, relax right leg, lock left leg, point left toes, lift your left leg up. Either way, keep your eyes open, right? So you're staying present in the moment, present in your body, present in your breath. Press the shoulders down, spread your fingers wide, lock your left leg, lift your leg up, change. Left leg down, grand finale, mouth in a little bit. So now mouth on your mat to protect your neck. You want to keep your neck spine long here, mouth down. Maybe bring your arms a little closer underneath you. Spread your fingers wide, zip up your legs, lock your legs, point your toes, roll forward, and lift both legs up. So you want to keep hips and forearms in contact for leverage. I think of myself like a little seesaw here, mouth down, shoulders down, roll forward, find your edge, find your tipping point, lock your legs, point your toes, lift your thighs up, change slowly, lower down, good for you. Bring your arms out, releasing the tourniquet effect. Look to the left, right here on your mat. And now you get to take a nice, slow, big breath in through the nose and out through the nose. When we're in that posture, we purposely cut off some circulation to our arms. So when we release out with an elevated heart rate, right, you get a nice rush of blood through the wrists, the elbows, the fingers, the shoulders. This is great if you have frozen shoulder, tennis elbow, carpal tunnel, right, arthritic finger joints, stuff like that. That locust pose is uncomfortable, but it's also your posture for working the upper body limbs. Okay, Pranayama, full locust. Bring your arms out to the side like airplane wings. Speaking of frozen shoulder, if you have frozen shoulder, do not force your arms out to the side. You can keep your arms down by your side. If you don't know what frozen shoulder is, you are very lucky. Lock your legs, point your toes, look up, and lift. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor like a 747, taking off. Unfortunately, frozen shoulder, the majority of the time happens in women around menopause, so we can all look forward to that, right? And sometimes the shoulder just gets locked, but eventually you're gonna bring your arms up above the top of your head, keep your feet together, toes and heels touch, lock your legs, point your toes, keep your triceps tight. Notice if the hands are facing the floor, you want your fingers at a 45-degree angle, neck long. Lock your legs, lift your thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Beautiful, change slowly with control, lower down, tuck in your wings, to your right, left ear on your mat. And I know you know, but the pregnancy modification is pigeon pose, like a flying pigeon where your arms are up, which is so beautiful. Take a breath. So if you're working on neck shoulder mobility, right, and it doesn't hurt to do so, try bringing your chin closer to your shoulder here. So maybe your whole left ear is on your mat. And I find that it takes me a few times looking left and right, but maybe by the time we do like, you know, floor bow in a little bit, maybe the chin and shoulder can come together. And that's good practice for touching your chin and shoulder together in triangle pose and in standing bow pulling pose. Second set, full locust, chin forward, arms out to the side, feet together, toes, heels touch, eventually arms perpendicular to the body, but you're never forcing your shoulders. Zip up your legs, toes, heels touch, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, look up, and fly, everything lifting off the floor. So beautiful. Stretch your arms apart, keep your feet together, toes, heels touch. This posture is so good for your back strength. You're lifting everything off the floor. It's good for shoulder mobility, right? In Chinese medicine, your heart meridian runs from your wrists all the way through your chest. So we're opening up that heart meridian here, which is just a lovely sentiment, I think, for the weekend, right? Think about opening your heart meridian, opening your heart space, lock your legs, point your toes, thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down, tuck in your wings, look to your left, right ear on your mat. So in Western medicine, there's this idea that like the brain is the control center, but in Eastern medicine, there's this idea that the heart is the control center. And I think there's merit in both, but like more and more, right, we're finding things like our biome, like our gut, actually, like literally our gut, right? Like our, the good bacteria in our abdomen affects our mood. So that right there is a sign that like our brain surely is not the only control center. Like literally trusting our gut is part of our control center too. I think our heart space is part of our control center. And if you'll notice, a lot of postures in this style of yoga open that heart meridian, right? Whether it's triangle pose, or full locust, which we just did, right? There's lots of stuff where you're stretching from fingertip to fingertip through the chest, right? Through the heart. Next is Dhanurasana floor bow, pregnancy modification variation. First set can be bridge, and second set, if you're feeling sassy, can be wheel. Bring your chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, thumbs with your index fingers. You can also, in the first set, grab one foot and have the opposite arm in front. Second set, switch it out. And if none of this sounds fun today, you can cat cow. Point your toes, squeeze your tush, look up to the ceiling, and kick into your hands. Very nice. Continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. It's the kick that drives the posture. Roll forward once, freeze between your ribs and hips, hold still. Do little sips of air in and out through your nose. This posture is good for digestion, right? And again, you might not be able to do like deep belly breaths, but you're still breathing. Bring your knees in, feet out, wrist straight, squeeze your butt, look up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly with control, lower down, look to your right, left ear on your mat. So maybe chin to shoulder a little bit more, maybe left ear on your mat a little bit more, but you're never forcing the body. Second set, bring your chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside or opposite foot, opposite hand. Okay, point your toes. Start with your knees, feet close together. Point your toes, squeeze your glutes, look up, and kick into your hands. So at first the shoulders are down, but eventually you're gonna roll the shoulders back and open. If your knees are way wider than your hips like mine are, that's when you bring the knees together. And if your feet are touching, that's when you bring the feet apart. But it is easy to overdo it, right? When I say knees in, feet out, I just mean that you want your ankles, knees, and hips in line. It's not that the ankles are like wider than the knees. Point your toes, keep your big toes up to the ceiling, use your glutes, your hamstrings, your calves, kick, kick, kick. Beautiful. Change slowly, lower down, look to your left, right here on your mat, and let that one go. Some deep belly breaths in and out through your nose to massage the front of your body. Breathe deep into any point of tension. Let the floor hold you up. Beautiful. Bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push up, come to the top of your mat, or fixed firm, Supta Vajrasana. Show you from the side. Start in tabletop, open your knees, open your feet, and as you're ready, start to walk your hands back. You can keep your hands in front of you, beside you, or behind you the whole time until one day you can sit down between your heels. You can also put your hands on your calf muscles and roll your calves out if that helps you to sit down more. If you can sit on the floor comfortably, you're not in pain, put your hands on your feet, right elbow down, left elbow down, drop your head back, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other, look down the center line of your body and hold. Wherever you are is perfect. You want a gentle stretch to your toes, ankles, knees, thighs, and hips, but never a point of pain. This posture is a really good example of how it can be dangerous to equate the depth of an asana with the depth of a yoga practice. I know people who've been practicing yoga for 20 years and have like a beautiful yoga practice, and they can't always sit down in this. And I also know people who like practice every once in a while, but they have really like, bendable knees and ankles, and they go all the way in, right? Or they do it on their first time. Doesn't mean that they're a better practitioner of yoga, right? It just means that they have like, more open knees and ankles than some other people. But again, our yoga practice doesn't really have to do with the depth of our postures. It has to do with how we're using yoga to express who we are on the inside, to celebrate who we are, and to get to know ourselves better, right? That self-realization component. Change. Put your hands on your feet, push yourself up, head up last, turn around, savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. I knew a yogi who's kind of like hashtag saying was like, make it an offering, right? Like make your movements an offering. Like this idea of what if the way that we moved in every posture was a gesture, an offering, a symbol of who we are, right? A celebration of who we are. It doesn't have to be the deepest posture or the same as me or the same as the person next to you or the same as you were last time you came. What if it was just, a metaphor, a means of expressing who you are in this moment, right? And this moment's a little bit different from the last moment, and that's okay. Next, we do a straight leg sit up. You're always welcome to roll off to the side. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up, elbows to floor, forehead to knees. Sometimes when I'm stiff, I'll skip the first few sit-ups, and then towards the end, I'll start to do them. Okay. Second set, fixed firm. You can try getting into it the more traditional way, which is to sit knees, feet together, keep your knees together, open your feet, and sit down between your heels. So eventually the knees will touch, but you can open your knees as much as you want if that helps you sit your butt down. If you can sit down, put your palms on your soles, right elbow, left elbow, drop your head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other, look down the center line of your body, breathe. Good, change, put your hands on your feet, push yourself up, head up last, very nice, turn around, savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat, letting everything stretch out and realign. So I've been like having a little bit of tendonitis in my right foot and my right toes. I think I love walking. I think I've been walking too much. But I also stubbed on that same foot. I stubbed my toe the other day and like half of my nails fell off. And I'm sharing this with you. First of all, because like, wow, how clumsy am I? But also because I want to share that different types of injuries require different solutions. So for example, if you have what I'm going to call a superficial injury, like a stubbed toe or a scraped knee, and it hurts to do these postures on your feet or your knees, you can skip them, right? Because you know that that's going to heal pretty quickly. It's just like, it's a dermal, like a skin thing that needs to heal. And then you can just do them once, that scrape on your knee or that, that stub toe thing goes away. Versus if it's internal, like if it's a joint problem or it's muscular or it's a tendon or a ligament or fascia,
those require like a little bit of different attention than we give attention to like a scrape or a burn or whatever it is, right? And even within that, like how we treat a muscular injury might be different than how we treat like tendonitis, right? Or arthritis in a joint. So just keep that in mind. Like inflammation is different from a stretch, overstretch muscle is different from like a skin injury. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Elbows to floor, forehead to knees. Okay. Turn, come to the back of your mat. Half tortoise, Ardha Kramasana. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms over your head, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up and go down. I once practiced an entire class with a splinter in my heel. It was awful. But again, different injuries require us to do like different things with our bodies, right? So again, like if you have, like a strain, hamstring, you want to relax that hamstring rather than stretching it more. But if you have a tight hamstring, right, that's when you want to stretch it. So just keep that in mind. The answer isn't always to keep stretching, but sometimes the answer also is not just to like let it go and be still, right? Some injuries or aches and pains require our attention, require movement. Some other ones require stillness, and all of those can still exist within your yoga practice. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, stretch, 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 change. Come on up, arms to the ears, stomach in, very nice. Arms down, turn around, savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. And if you are dealing with some sort of injury that doesn't seem to be going away, I do always encourage folks to go see a doctor or a physical therapist. There's always the joke, if your doctor tells you don't go to yoga, find a new doctor. So there's that. But in general, right, keep in mind that yoga is a healing tool, but I am not a medical professional, right? So if you have a pain that is not going away, I do encourage you to seek professional help. And then tell them that you practice yoga, and they might tell you, okay, yeah, skip this posture, or like do this one, right? Or do this modification. Hopefully they'll have some suggestions for you. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Okay, good. Come to the back of your mat. Second set, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, stretching out the toes, ankles, knees, arms overhead, working the shoulders, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up, working your core and go down, stretching your spine, stretching your hips. Forehead to floor, little fingers to floor. So rather than tucking your chin in or like jutting your chin all the way out, just have a nice neutral neck here, forehead on the floor. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize, stretch. Change, come on up. Knees, feet together, arms over your ears, very nice. Arms down, turn around, savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. I am also always happy to like chat with you before or after class if you're looking for a particular modification. And I actually really enjoy that, first of all, because I think that stuff is interesting, but also like the longer I teach and the more people I meet and talk to, the more tricks and tools I get to put in my back pocket. Which is nice because then like, let's say you come to me and you're like, I have this, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know how to, like, I've never heard of that. And then we can workshop something. But then the next time somebody comes to me with that same thing, I have a tool, right? So as you gain tools, feel free to share them with me too, because that can help like yogis in the future, right? And then we build this beautiful like toolkit together. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the top of your mat. But if you ever like talk to a yoga teacher, come to the top of your mat, stand on your knees 6 inches between knees and your feet, and you're like, I have a tight knee, and they're like, I've never heard of that before. It's not because it doesn't exist, it's just because they've never heard of it before, right? Stand on your knees 6 inches between your knees and feet. Put your hands on your back, thumbs outside, fingers down to the floor. Push your hips forward, keep your eyes open, lift your nose, lift your chin, look up, and drop your head back. I kind of think that like all of human existence has existed within this yoga practice. Keep your eyes open, you can stay right here or go back halfway. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, right hand down, grab your right heel, left hand down, grab your left heel. If you can't grab your heels, you can keep your hands on your back. But just know that whatever you feel in this posture or in any posture, right? I guarantee you somebody's felt it before. There's enough people practicing yoga across like a large enough time span that I promise that you're not the only person going through it, right? Push stomach, thighs, hips forward, lift your chest up, drop your head back, look for your toes behind you.
Good, change. Put your hands on your back, push yourself up, head up last, very nice. Turn around, savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. The more people I meet, the more I realize how like wild and like vast humanity is. And the more I realize that like whenever I feel something in my body and my spirit and my heart, I'm like, I bet I'm not the first person to feel this way, right? So if that posture, for example, if camel pose makes you feel some kind of way, there's nothing wrong with you. If nobody's told you this yet today, there's nothing wrong with you. There's also nothing wrong with you doing second set. Here we go. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. This posture is a great heart opener. It's a healing back bend. It's good for digestion. You can open your knees a little wider, 8 to 10 inches between your knees, 6 inches between your feet. Put your hands on your back. You can bring your elbows closer together, push your hips forward. Just go at your own rate. Maybe looking up to the ceiling is enough today. One day lift your nose and chin. One day head drops back. Option to stay here or go back halfway. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, grab your heels. Push stomach, thighs, hips forward. Lift chest up. Drop head back. Be still and breathe. Good, change. Put your hands on your back, press yourself up. Head up last, very nice. Turn around, savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. I never think to say like camel pose is good for your digestion, because to me it's such a like, I don't know, like a spiritual, mystical experience to be that vulnerable in a yoga posture, right? That I never think to be like, and it's good for your digestion, but it's true. It's good for your digestion, as well as being just like a beautiful opportunity to let go of stuff and to just really feel both vulnerable and safe at the same time. Okay, next we flip it and reverse it with our deepest forward curl, rabbit, sasangasana. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat. Rabbit Sasangasana, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, make L's with your hands like little bunny ears. Grab your heels from the outside, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Stretch up tall, tuck your chin to your chest, and slowly, with control, go down, chin to chest, stomach in, forehead to knees, automatically, top of head to floor. Reach, oh, I'm doing that thing with my shirt in my mouth. Reach back, grab your heels from the outside, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Don't lose the grip. You can stay right here, or as you're ready, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. If this does not feel right for your back, you can keep your hips on your heels the whole time. You're still rounding the spine. Eventually, hips over the knees, squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, lift your shoulders up, suck your stomach in, round your spine. Change, hips down, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc. Head up last, turn around, savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat, letting everything stretch out and realign. So those postures, camel and rabbit, are so complementary, right? We compress the spine and we round the spine. Second set, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Beautiful, second set. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, grab your heels from the outside, stretch up tall. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down slow with control, chin to chest, stomach in, forehead to knees, top of head to floor. Pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, squeeze your heels together, squeeze your heels together. Sometimes you need to hear things 3 times to really get it or internalize it. So if nobody's told you yet today, you are loved, you are loved. You are so loved. Change, hips down first, and then uncurl once the hips are down. Vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, head up last. Beautiful. Turn around, savasana. So again, it's really not about the postures. It is really about you. And it's really about like remembering how loved you are, how worthy of love you are, regardless of what you're doing with your body or how your body looks, or, you know, right? It's deeper than that. It's like you've had that love since you came into yoga, you've had it since before you were born, right? That inherent worth. That's what we're trying to remember to dig into, not proving something to ourselves or others, just remembering who we are. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up.
Good, come to the middle of your mat, Jani Sharapana, head to knee pose, right leg out, left leg in, two legs make an L as in legs. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee, interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing under the ball of your foot, flex your toes back, suck your stomach in, bend elbows down, left elbow down, left shoulder down, roll into the left. Good, change, arms up, left leg out, right leg all the way in, big stretch up. Turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. Flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in, right elbow down, right shoulder down, right sit bone down, two shoulders in line. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping, sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down and sit up. Paschimottanasana stretching, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with peace sign fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, 10 to 15 times. Notice if your knees are coming apart and your toes are turning in. You want to bring the knees back together, flex the pinky toes back so the hips are even. Option to keep your knees bent and fold forward, or eventually straighten your legs, stick your butt out, and maybe see if you can lock your legs. Get the backs of the knees to the floor, flex the toes back, puff up your chest, everybody fold forward, stomach to thighs, pull, chest to knees stretch, one day toes and head touch. Good, change, come on up, turn around, savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Okay, second set, here we go. Right leg out, left leg in, two legs, make an L as in love. Inhale your arms over your head, stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, head to knee. If your forehead and knee don't touch with a straight leg, that is really normal. Bend your right leg as much as you want, touch your knee and head together, interlock your 10 fingers, flex your toes back, suck your stomach in, left rib cage down, left knee down, two shoulders in line. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in, stretch up tall, turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, head to knee. If your head and knee touch with a bent leg easily, keep going, press your heel forward, eventually leg straight, keep going, eventually leg lock, keep going, elbows down, elbows to floor, stomach in, roll into the right. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you, option to stay here or lie down, let everything stretch, and sit up. Second set, stretching, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with peace sign fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, 10 to 15 times. If your legs are straight, stick your butt out, lock your legs, puff up your chest, and pull. Rather than rounding your spine to touch your head to your knees, arch your spine, try to touch your forehead to your toes. Pull, stretch, lengthen. Good, change, come on up, turn around, savasana. It's like that saying, shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you'll land among the stars, which I always thought was so silly because the stars are so much further away than the moon. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Okay, winter moving pose, not winter moving pose. I don't know why I said that. Ardha Matsyendrasana spine twist. Here we go. Sit on your back, bend your leg, touch your right heel to your left knee, so your left leg is bent. You can also keep your left leg long in front of you. Right arm close behind you like a second spine, left arm up, draw a circle over, push your right knee out of the way, try to grab your left knee with your left hand, heel and knee touch. Inhale, stretch out, stomach in. Exhale, look over, right shoulder twist. Notice if you're leaning to one side, evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones. If you can balance here, take your right hand off the floor, reach behind you, catch your left thigh with your right hand for a half line. Pull your abdomen in. Point your left toes, left knee down, right foot down. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist and twist and twist. Good, change, unwind, swap out your legs. Bend your right leg on the floor. Touch your left heel to your right knee. You can also keep your right leg long in front of you. Left arm behind you, right arm up and over, draw a circle, push left knee out of the way, grab right knee with right hand, heel and knee touch. Look down. If you are sitting on your right foot, roll it out of the way, slide to the left, two hips and on the floor. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, left shoulder twist. You can keep your left hand behind you or reach behind you, catch your right thigh with your left hand for a half line. Keep your spine straight, shoulders down, chest proud. Pull your abdomen in, right knee down, point your right toes, left foot down. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, turn around. Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Final breathing. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Wonderful. Come to the middle of your mat. Ideally, you will sit in Vajrasana, firm pose, knees, feet together, hips in your heels, hands on your thighs. If it hurts to sit on your feet, don't do it silly. Sit on your butt, crisscross applesauce every once in a while. Try to sit on your feet. You're going to exhale through your mouth, pull your abdomen in. When the stomach relaxes, the lungs automatically take in air. The exhale is forceful, intentional, audible. The inhale is passive, subtle. You barely notice it's happening. And the really cool thing is that the less you think about it, the easier it is. This posture, this breathing exercise is actually really good for reducing like anxiety in people who overthink, because it's an invitation to think a little bit less. So sit up tall, turn off your brain for a second as best you can. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, sit up tall, shoulders down, chest proud, look straight ahead. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug, high five, pat on the back, turn around, final savasana. Close your eyes, open your arms and legs. I forgot to say that breathing exercise at the end is also good for your digestion, right? When you're rapidly pulling your abdomen in. But again, that's to me, I'm like, oh, it's so great, you know, for like body control. It's great for turning off your mind, but also it's good for digestion, right? So again, all these postures have their physical benefits, but I also think they have their like psychological, spiritual, emotional benefits as well, right? So, you know, notice what you're leaning into, what you're shying away from. And then just think back to, you know, what are your metrics for success, right, in your yoga practice? Whether it's being gentle with yourself, getting a little out of your comfort zone, feeling good after class, right? It doesn't really have to do with the postures, but it always really does have to do with you, right? Getting to know yourself better, maybe remembering a little bit who you are. Take an inhale through your nose, filling up on what serves you. Exhale through your nose, letting go of what no longer serves you. Maybe it never did. Breathing in and out. You are so uniquely you, and we so need you, right? Exactly as you are. And yoga helps us be who we are, right? In the practice, that then we can be ourselves outside of the practice too. So I hope you take that with you into your Saturday afternoon, into your weekend. Happy July 3rd, happy July 4th, and I hope to see you all soon. Bye, friends.